You vote to keep the city farm as part of the Riverview Farm Park with no residential development.
Yes.
I am supporting public access to the water. I'm not committed to anything past that point. We are in the middle of an archaeological dig. I want to see what the historical significance of that dig and if there is any impediments to doing anything on the property. Some of it may not even be able to be utilized, but I'm going to keep an open mind and go through the process that the city has set to do this. Council has not discussed this collectively, and I think that until that time comes, I'm going to reserve judgment on what I will or won't do. I'm not going to tell Riverview Farm Park people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you my truth, and my truth is I want to see the process.
Any more?
I do not believe in building anything out there. I think it needs to be public access for all citizens of Newport News. We have 17 miles of waterfront in the city of Newport News. And in that 17 miles of waterfront, we have one beach that all of our citizens utilize, and that's Huntington Beach. And that's not very big. You have Lincoln Park and you have Anderson Beach that are down in the southeast community. It's been overgrown for 15 years that they need to clean up and let people have access to that. So at the city farm, that needs to be developed all the way down to the waterfront, make it a beachfront and more park space for our citizens.
I believe that when the city decided to make that a park in 1991, it was the right decision. It's still the right decision. We should take off the designation as understudy in the city's comprehensive plan. The property at City Farm is a great opportunity, the last we have, to create a wonderful public space on the James River. We have to preserve that for our children and our children's children and generations yet to come. And it's a symbol that this city is forward-looking and cares about its future. I 100% believe there should be no development.
Also, yes, I don't believe there should be any development in City Farm. I also believe, we can turn that space into things that's really usable for the people of the city, not just kind of parks, but also the idea of fields for athletics. You could also kind of talking about, like Ms. Wallace said earlier, the idea that we have a lot of history here in Newport News. Why do people keep going to Williamsburg and Yorktown? There's a lot of great stuff here that needs to be promoted, and you can look into that at City Farm, start an idea of really kind of tapping into the rich history that this city has, which is as rich as any city in the 757, and that's something we need to look at now.
My answer will continue to remain the same, that land should not be developed unless it's something that promotes family activities. We have enough developed land. This is the last piece of undeveloped land. We should keep it open to the citizens of Newport News so that we can all enjoy it. And I'm just going to be frank, when I'm a little low on funds and we operate on the budget and my children need something to do, I take them to Riverview Farm Park after we come from Cold Stones and we enjoy the park for free. So why wouldn't we open it up and let future generations be able to experience the entire land and experience the waterfront there?
I think Riverview Farm Park would be great access for water sport activities like kayaking, riverboat, restaurant. It's just so many possibilities for that outdoor amphitheater. Like he said, field space. It's the waterfront. I was just in San Antonio at the school board conference and just seeing how San Antonio took advantage of the river. It was amazing. I think we could do the same thing in Newport News right at Riverview Farm Park. Thank you.
Being a part of the environmental group, Southeast Care Coalition, I'm a proponent for keeping a lot of our area green and keeping a lot of our green space accessible. I do not want the city farm to be developed. I do want the city farm land to be designated as parkland. I want the understudy language removed from the capital investment plan, but also just when we bring families and we attract younger families into our community, we do need activities that do not cost them money for them to enjoy.
Okay, one more question and then we'll go to the, yes, you all, yes, please come on up, yes, okay. Yes, go ahead, thank you.
Real quick, it's no secret that I am an advocate of athletics here in our city, and I feel that that location can be a prime location for us to enhance field space for future activities, and it can also be used for niche events that we could host here that could bring tourism in that department. If we develop it in a way in which we can use it as an economic driver through parks and recreational activities.
I would definitely say this. Right now is a great time to have the last name Green. Absolutely best time in the world. I'm 100% in favor of leaving Riverview Farm Park the way that it is. There should be no development at all, at all. And I believe we've ruined the trust of the citizens of Riverview Farm Park. We need to reset the clock. We need to remove the understudy, which again, to everyone else that reads it, is distrust. That's what comes out when you see that word. We have to reset the clock. We have to save Riverview Farm Park. I'm a big proponent of doing green space initiatives. Green technology will also help offset all the emissions in our city. So we have to look at things that are green. We have to also look at the great resources that we have here and protected in Newport News.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any more comments?
I'd like to go, is that all right?
Absolutely.
All right. So, there are there's 3 guys in our audience tonight who've been fighting this, and maybe more people here tonight for many decades. I am against residential development, because that's what you asked, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I am for doing the studies to make sure that we can get people in and out, and also to develop an attraction for our region. We have to have an attraction in Newport News, and we have to have a green space that pulls people in. So I'm all for that, because that preserves the park, and it helps us do things that we want to do here, like fix our schools. So no development for residential, but maybe to develop an attraction that we can enjoy our green space.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final portion of this